Corner three-pointer won't go from Anthony Lamb. Here comes Williamson, open floor, swatted by Kuminga. Then McCollum gets it back and hits the leading floater.
You got to still come and play and compete and not show any life to this young, somewhat struggling reserve team for Golden State.
Brandon Ingram, what a transformation, Grant. His three-point shooting last year, 32%, lowest mark of his career. Brandon Ingram, what a transformation, Grant. His three-point shooting last year, 32%, lowest mark of his career.
Bill, everybody on New Orleans touching the ball, moving it around, unselfish play leading to that three.
Jonathan Kuminga, boy, everything but the finish that time. First team to 15 points. We'll see if that streak holds for a Golden State opponent. DiVincenzo, the driving kick. This is Kuminga. Boy, that's a tough corner three. And a much-needed basket for Golden State. Willie actually spent 4 years on Kerr's staff, 16 to 19 as Zion is fouled. He'll shoot a couple of free throws.
And obviously has learned from one of the best in Steve Kerr. Also, Monty Williams was there in Phoenix for a few years and now has taken the reins here and given a lot of people here hope in New Orleans. But now there's expectations. You know, last year they weren't. This year they are. Can they manage those expectations with this young ball club?
Moody with the interception. Here comes Moody weaving his way all the way to the cup. This is Kuminga out of Jamaica Green, first year with Golden State.
Well, I had to do some
inspiring.
I had to do some extra prep when I learned that these guys weren't playing.
Dennis, what do you got?
Well, as Grant was breaking down his extra prep, Kuminga with the follow-up. I'm sorry, Spiro.
Well, I had to do some
inspiring.
I had to do some extra prep when I learned that these guys weren't playing.
Dennis, what do you got?
Well, as Grant was breaking down his extra prep, Kuminga with the follow-up. I'm sorry, Spiro.
Under a minute now left before halftime. Here comes Kuminga, working up a nice lather. Boy, he took a shot. Actually, the same right foot that sidelined him all of last season, the fracture. Jonas Valanciunas dumps it off to Jones.
Getting Zion up in the air, drawing the foul. So much potential, still learning the game, still young. You know, he reclassified in high school, so really should be a first-year rookie.
Grant with his second unit. Kuminga misses on an off-balance baseline jumper.
Wiseman, only 3 games his freshman year at Memphis. Last year was out for the entire year, so he has to get reps. It's not a demotion, it's an opportunity to get better.
Brandon Ingram, just incredible to see the improved three-point shooting from him at over 49.
And the second worst road defensive efficiency, so clearly the comfort level collectively as a group at home on display.
Court presented by Google Pixel continues here from New Orleans as we begin the fourth quarter. Willie Green, Detroit Willie, as he was affectionately nicknamed by our very own Grant.
Bringing that with him here to New Orleans. Look, these guys are up big time and still competing on the defensive end. Kuminga knocking down a contested three-pointer. So much of it is X's and O's, but a lot of it is just getting guys to want to play for you, getting guys to believe in what you're teaching.
Jonathan Kuminga with a three-point jack. Now, Baldwin's got a unique story as Kuminga misses on a corner three. Baldwin, top high school prospect, all for the first time tonight. I do want to correct myself. Willie Green, 3 years on Steve Kerr's staff with Golden State.
Very critical.
Hey, Spiro, he's been in a couple TV shows, though.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's been around.
Grant's a small screen guy.
Exactly.
Back in my former life. I'll tell you, tonight's been a good night for Devontae Graham. 17 points.
Misses badly on a three. Jackson Hayes to save, but it's taken by Lamb. Kuminga through the first 5 games of the season, but then his playing time was cut dramatically, especially after the arrival of C.J. McCollum. And by the end of the year, he was almost completely out of the mix. They're pleased with the progress he's making, but that's going to be a question that continues to haunt him until he's able to get through a full season, Graham.
I agree. You know, and it looks like his conditioning, his win, he's not fatigued or tired. He's giving effort on both ends, and he just has to play. He's got to put together consecutive days, weeks, months of health. I'm not sure if there's a player in recent times that has come into the league with so much fanfare and so many expectations as a Zion Williamson. That took 2 days to film.
Wow. 2 days?
2 days, yeah.
Who was messing up?
You know what was crazy? I know Shaq says snitches get stitches.
Do that for free. What a finish by Jackson Hayes, meantime, as we'll get a turnover here. We'll take on the Clippers on Wednesday, and then Friday home for the Utah Jazz. How about the start that the Jazz have been on? One of the surprise teams so far.